Poem. Poem 3. I Was My Own Route. By Julia de Burgos. Summary. In her poem, I Was My Own Route, Julia de Burgos, a pioneering Latina writer, delves into the burdens women carry due to patriarchal ideologies of the past. She passionately urges women to break free from these constraints and discover their own identities. The poem centers on the theme of personal freedom and liberation for women, as de Burgos advocates for a fresh and self-determined path. At the time the poem was written in 1938, social inequality and gender discrimination were prevalent, particularly affecting women. De Burgos, as a woman of African origin in the United States, faced oppression and sought to assert her individuality and ambitions. She desired equal opportunities, privileges, and advantages, demanding that these should be accessible in a society tainted by sexism and inequality. The poem serves as an anthem against any notion that women are inferior to men or that their lives should be dictated by the beliefs of others, as women are not subject to societal control. I Was My Own Route exemplifies de Burgos's dissatisfaction with the restrictive norms and limitations imposed by society. She encourages women to be aware of three crucial aspects: their potential as women, their own lives, and their feelings. The poem imparts lessons on independence and the pursuit of one's own path, even if it involves challenges or deviating from societal expectations. It carries a rebellious nature, expressing the poet's disdain for traditional norms that suppress women's freedom and choices. De Burgos emphasizes that a woman must determine her own identity and goals, steering her life according to her own desires. The message conveyed in I Was My Own Route remains relevant today. Cultural barriers persist, preventing many women from fully taking control of their lives and enjoying the freedom to make their own choices. The poem serves as a timeless reminder of the ongoing struggle for gender equality and women's empowerment. Julia de Burgos's poem reflects the aspirations of women who, in the 1930s and beyond, fought tirelessly for their rights and recognition. It serves as a call to action, encouraging women to embrace their strength, resilience, and agency. The poem's profound impact on women's empowerment and the fight against discrimination reverberates through history, leaving a lasting legacy as a poignant expression of the quest for equality and liberation. Understanding the text. Answer the following questions. A. Why did the speaker try to be the way men wanted her to be? The speaker in the poem attempts to conform to the expectations of men, adopting a persona that aligns with their hegemonic male concept. She does this to observe how men will react to her and to understand the societal pressures and norms imposed upon women. By conforming to male expectations, the speaker seeks to shed light on the impact of gender roles and expectations, highlighting the need for women's liberation from such constraints. The poem reflects on the struggles women face in conforming to societal norms while also questioning the validity and fairness of such expectations. B. What do you understand by her feet would not accept walking backwards? The line, by her feet would not accept walking backward, signifies the speaker's refusal to conform to the inferior concept of females imposed by males. She rejects the idea of being subservient and instead desires to move forward with the same determination and vigor as males. The speaker seeks equality and liberation, challenging the traditional gender roles and advocating for a society where women can pursue their goals with equal opportunities and rights. This stance reflects the speaker's determination to break free from societal constraints and assert her autonomy and worth on an equal footing with men. C. Who are the old guards? Why did they grow desperate? The term old guards refers to traditional individuals who adhere to patriarchal beliefs and societal norms. In the poem, these individuals become agitated and desperate upon witnessing the poetess uplifting the lifestyles of the less privileged and advocating for the emancipation of the people. The poetess's efforts to challenge traditional gender roles and support the marginalized threaten the established power dynamics upheld by the old guards. This confrontation creates tension as the poetess seeks to bring about positive change, while the traditionalists cling to their entrenched beliefs, leading to a clash of ideologies and perspectives on societal progress. D. How did the speaker have a feeling of intimate liberation? The speaker experiences a profound sense of intimate liberation, as she breaks free from the constraints of patriarchal society. By rejecting the path predetermined by men, she courageously embraces a new journey towards liberation. This pivotal moment represents a significant shift in the speaker's life, as she transcends societal norms and restrictions imposed by men. The act of crossing this barrier and forging her own path becomes a powerful symbol of empowerment and autonomy. The speaker's intimate liberation signifies her triumph over oppressive forces and her determination to navigate life on her terms, unburdened by the limitations of the past. Why did the desire to follow men wrap in her? The speaker in the poem is trapped by the desire to conform to patriarchal norms prevalent in society. Despite longing for liberation and pleasure, she feels compelled to follow traditional concepts and ideas dictated by men. This conflict between her inner desires and societal expectations creates a sense of entrapment, as she yearns to break free from the confines of gender roles. The pressure to adhere to patriarchal norms stifles her true self-expression and autonomy, leading to a profound internal struggle. The poem highlights the oppressive nature of societal expectations on women, and the desire for authentic liberation beyond the constraints imposed by traditional gender norms. Reference to the context. What does the speaker mean when she says she was playing a game of hide and seek with her being? In the poem, the speaker uses the metaphor of playing hide and seek with her being to convey her rebellious nature, and rejection of the limiting male ideology that confines women to domestic roles. The game symbolizes her struggle to break free from the gender stereotypes and societal expectations that confine her within the four walls of traditional femininity. By seeking liberation, she aims to escape this predetermined image of women and assert her right to choose her own path and identity. The repetition of the hide and seek metaphor at the end of the poem reinforces her determination to challenge societal norms and embrace her true self, free from the confines of patriarchal expectations. Why, in your view, was her back ripped by the old guards as she was advancing forward? In her journey towards liberation and freedom, the speaker faces numerous obstacles imposed by the old guards, representing traditional norms, patriarchal ideology, and cultural restrictions. These hindrances and threats cause her immense suffering and pain, symbolized by her back being ripped. The old guard's determination to maintain the status quo and suppress her progress create a challenging and arduous path for the speaker. Despite the difficulties, she remains determined to break free from these constraints and race towards her goal of liberation. The poem portrays the struggle of women against oppressive societal forces and their resilience in the pursuit of personal emancipation. What, according to the speaker, did it feel like to be free? The speaker envisions freedom as the ability to soar like a bird, unrestricted by societal norms and male-imposed limitations. It encompasses the freedom to move and feel as confidently as men do in society, finally experiencing the long-awaited liberation they have yearned for. To her, freedom means walking confidently on a path of her own choosing and pursuing her desires and aspirations with full autonomy. Breaking free from the shackles of gender roles and societal expectations, the speaker seeks the empowerment to conduct her tasks and life according to her own will, unburdened by the constraints of traditional norms. Why does the speaker prefer the present to the past? The speaker's preference for the present over the past stems from a history filled with pain, troubles, and the oppressive patriarchal ideology that limited her life. In the past, she endured suffering under male restrictions, being subject to ridicule and laughter. She lacked the realization of liberation and emancipation, unable to pursue her wishes and dreams freely. The past was marked by family domination, exploitation, and deprivation. However, in the present, the speaker feels a sense of liberation and freedom from male-dominated beliefs. The decline of patriarchal ideology has allowed females to realize the fruits of liberation and empowerment in contemporary society. Now, she enjoys the liberty to make her own choices and decisions, permitted to work and travel based on her preferences. The speaker's preference for the present reflects her joy and relief in experiencing a society that values equality, and provides women with opportunities to lead a fulfilling and independent life. John Donne, in his poem, No Man is an Island, says, "No man is an island entire of itself." Would Burgos agree with Donne? Do you agree with Donne or Burgos? In his poem, No Man is an Island, John Donne emphasizes the interconnectedness of the human race and the significance of community for societal development. He asserts that individuals cannot thrive in isolation and need to be part of a collective to flourish. I agree with Donne's view of maintaining equality in society, including rights, freedom, justice, choices, and opportunities for all individuals. He advocates for gender equality, while Julia de Burgos, in contrast, expresses anger and rejection towards the male-dominated society, advocating for female emancipation and challenging male ideologies. Although both poets have different approaches, I support Donne's perspective as it promotes the overall development of society by acknowledging the importance of equality, and the collective growth of both males and females. Reference beyond the text. A. Write an essay on my idea of freedom. My idea of freedom. Freedom is a concept that holds various interpretations, but it generally refers to the ability to act and make choices without constraint. Albert Einstein, the renowned scientist, emphasized that freedom is attained through continuous struggle, representing a state of independence where individuals can pursue their desires without restrictions. It encompasses a sense of personal liberty and the availability of choices, making it an innate right since birth. However, freedom's definition can vary from political, social, personal, to religious aspects, as it encompasses diverse perspectives. In the poem, I Was My Own Root, Julia Burgos advocates for women's liberation and empowerment, challenging patriarchal ideologies. She portrays freedom as the choice to live life on one's own terms, unburdened by societal norms or expectations. Her vision aligns with the pursuit of individuality and autonomy, seeking to transcend societal limitations for women. On the other hand, William Faulkner's quote from Requiem for a Nun suggests a different perspective on freedom. According to Faulkner, the past never truly disappears, it shapes our present and influences our actions. He believes that individuals are entangled in webs of history, environment, desires, and consequences, making the past an ever-present force in our lives. Faulkner's view challenges the notion of a clear distinction between past, present, and future, suggesting that everything is continually defined by past experiences. In response to Faulkner's view, the present can be seen as a fleeting moment, constantly shifting into the past as soon as it occurs. Our memories and actions are shaped by our past experiences, reinforcing the idea that the past remains intertwined with our present. Considering the contrasting views of Burgos and Faulkner, it's possible to find common ground. While Burgos focuses on breaking free from the oppressive past, Faulkner emphasizes the continuous influence of the past on our present lives. Both perspectives shed light on the complexities of freedom and its relationship with history and identity. In conclusion, freedom is a multidimensional concept that involves personal independence, choice, and autonomy. Julia Burgos's poem calls for women's liberation, advocating for the right to determine their own path. On the other hand, William Faulkner's quote reminds us that our past experiences shape our present and influence our choices. Both viewpoints contribute to the understanding of freedom as a complex and evolving concept, deeply interconnected with our individual histories and societal context. Best of luck.